Speaking of a guy that's made a lot of throws in the tight windows, let's please welcome our fourth quarter guest, Philip Rivers. Coach Philip Rivers, excuse me. Welcome, Rivers. Coach.
How we doing, Peyton, Eli? What's happening?
Doing good, Philip. Thanks for being with us.
Good to see you, Philip. Hey,
Yeah.
Philip, I know obviously tonight, the Rams and Stafford have been playing their best, but overall in this season, for him to change organizations, come to a new offense, kind of what you did after 16 years with the Chargers. You changed last year, came to Indianapolis, had a great season. How do you think he's been able to adjust and play so well for most of this season?
Yeah, he's done a heck of a job. Golly, he's had a heck of a year thus far. And there's a challenge to it. I think probably more than the offense is just getting that acclimation and that camaraderie with the guys. I mean, I know you two know how important that is. Just that sense of team with the group of guys you're in the huddle with, and this on the defense, and just that whole unit. And he's done a heck of a job with that. I tell you what, McVay is a heck of a coach. I was around him a little bit when we played, practiced against them when I was with the Chargers in training camp, and you can see how Stafford and him would connect pretty quick. But it's been good. They've been rolling pretty good. Other than tonight, as you mentioned, I didn't expect it to be 31-7 here in the fourth.
I think the one thing this game tells us, Philip, is how much the Rams missed Robert Woods. I mean, he was integral to the offense, right? Oh my gosh, what a catch.
Caught it.
I got to get him for PI. He caught it. He caught it with his hamstring, Eli.
The flag, though.
We're going to get him for PI, I think. Eli, I feel like Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp's getting all the attention as he should, but Robert Woods kind of kept the defenses from just concentrating on Kupp, right? They had to honor Woods. You could tell Stafford just misses him. He was kind of that security blanket.
He's probably grabbing.
Not the hamstring. Not the hamstring. It's the
word. You can't.
Oh yeah,
Gluteus maximus.
There it is. There it is. We could get even more specific, but wow, what a catch! What a catch, Philip. Even though you retired last season, you haven't left football. You've taken on life as a coach. Tell us how that life is.
It's been a lot of fun. Golly, I tell you, this is the first time I felt a little bit of being out of football. It's November the 15th, and we got no game this week. So that's been a little weird. Now it's November, December, but it was a lot of fun. I tell you what, it was, seeing these young men, grow and get better, and through spring and through summer, and then have a football season. Friday night, I'm sure you two would agree with me. I tell these guys all the time, some of my best football memories are Friday nights. You played in a bunch of stadiums, college, pros. Friday night football is still some of the best memories I have.
I know you're having your success. You're enjoying high school football, and I agree. There's nothing like high school football and a Friday night in the lights. But I know the last few weeks when the Saints were dealing with some injuries, you said if they call, you would listen. And is that something that's kind of still on the table? What's the percentage chance you're going to come back and play football this year?
Gosh, I don't know if I can put a percentage on it, but I think more than anything, it may help me get in a little better shape. The old coach bod, is real, Peyton, Eli. You know what I'm saying?
It's real?
That's a real thing. And I think, but here's what's funny is I think I've played 17 years with that same bod right there. The coach dad bod. I lasted 17 years with that same deal. I tell you a funny story. I was in the sauna with Lorenzo Neal. You know Lorenzo, Peyton, and Eli, you know Lorenzo.
Sure.
I was a rookie, and I was in awe. I was like, man, this is awesome. I'm in the sauna with Lorenzo Neal. And he was really pumping me up. Like, hey, they're saying you can be one of the best that ever played. You can be the Brett Favre, Dan Marino, Joe Montana, Peyton Manning. He had me rolling. Here I am. You know him, Peyton. You know how he goes. I was a rookie.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, I was hanging on every word. And then he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he said, "If you just did your abs." And that was a good one. We had a good laugh there. So.
First step.
Yeah. Welcome to the NFL.
Yeah, Odell on the sidelines, right? In your red zone, you kind of have specific calls. That'd be hard to get him in some of this red zone stuff. There we go.
Yeah.
Interior push. That's kind of, Eli, possibly the blueprint. Philip, you know, the Titans kind of maybe exposed a few things for the Rams last week with this interior push. You could tell the Niners were fired up all week. Nice play there of the Rams D-line.
Yeah, it's probably
there's so much.
A good job by D-line. It'll probably be hard to get Odell in the red zone, right? You don't have a whole lot of time. It's such good, the timing is so important down there. I mean, you got to know exactly when guys are going on breaks. To have one practice and get someone, game plan ready for that would be tough right now.
Rams need Antonio Gates down here with Phillip Rivers at quarterback. That's what the Rams need, is a Rivers to Gates touchdown.
Yeah,
Phillip, I don't know if you know
nod.
this, but yeah, exactly. Stick nod. Phillip, there were two teams that Eli never beat, right? My Colts and your Chargers. I don't really have a question. It's just a fun fact. Were you aware of that nugget?
I didn't. I did. I did know that didn't beat the Chargers. I did know that nugget. I did know that one.
Thank you. Of course you did.
Hey, I was going to say, though, you talked about that inside push. Isn't it crazy? Because I know us as quarterbacks are always worried about who's going to chip the Von Miller and who's going to chip Bosa and who's going to chip all about the outside edges. But that interior, I've always thought, shoot, if you can just run them by, we can step up. But if there's nowhere to step up, I almost thought that was more of a problem than it was an outside speed guy.
Without a doubt, right? You can't chip a defensive tackle, right? And I agree, help on the defensive end, step up, but that interior push always bothered me. I needed to follow through on my throws. You can't finish your throw. You can hit a helmet, right? I mean, they take away your ability to step up. No doubt about that. Interior push is more annoying than, speed rushes on the outside for me, or it was for me.
Hey, Phil, you're obviously right here. Are you thinking 4-down territory? I mean, obviously it's definitely 4-down territory, but you don't have to throw it to the end zone right here. I don't know who's the flag's on, but on 3rd and 7, hey, you can go get 5-yard completion, get it to 4th and 2 from the 2. You'll take your shot there. You don't want a 4th and 7, 4th and goal from the 7 is not ideal either. So check down. Okay here.
Or run it. Yeah, or run it. I mean, I know you've got the clock as an issue. Hand it off. Have your pass you love ready from the 3. Hand it off right here. It may score. Depending on this penalty, I can't hear him.
For 6 minutes and 17 seconds, the clock will start on my whistle.
They didn't start the
play
clock.
Operator, please
I don't
set
think
the play
there's a
clock
penalty.
for 10 seconds.
I mean, if I'm the Niners here, right, Phillip, I'm playing soft zone. I'm possibly, dropping an 8th guy, just trying to cover as many zones, making Stafford force one in there. I mean, this is not the most fun way to play quarterback.
No.
That quarters coverage. Ooh, run.
Oh, boy. Oh, no, can't do that.
He had to be across the line of scrimmage, right?
Oh, yeah. He was across. He tried to get back behind. What's the rule in there? To go back behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, I think in high school you can do that, Phillip. I think in high school you could run past the line of scrimmage, then run back and then throw it. But you gotta get your rules back to the NFL here.
Yeah, they're just off. I don't know how else to say it, right? Just kind of uncharacteristic. I mean, Stafford usually is such a good runner. Usually takes that, dives into the end zone. Just kind of been unsure and off all night. Receivers haven't helped him out. Had some key drops. I mean, Jefferson there had a huge drop right there, which would have helped things out a little bit, but it just hadn't gotten any better the entire game. I mean, this reminds me of that 6 interception game against the Chargers that Al Michaels was nice enough to bring up, Phillip.
Yeah, and you still almost won it. That was the crazy part. You still almost won the damn thing.
All right, what's your favorite play right here, Philip, on 4th and goal from the 11-yard line?
I don't have one.
Exactly. Oof. What was that? What was that?
Rough go at it for the Rams.
Philip, stay with us, pal.
All right.
Thank you, bud.
Hey, Philip, you're obviously well known for your BOLO ties while you were playing in the NFL. I mean, you were an NFL stylish, icon. I mean, what you've done for BOLO ties and what Namath did for fur coats are basically the same thing. Who else besides me do you think can really pull off a BOLO tie in the NFL now?
That looks good on you. I think I've used that one actually at Denver one of those nights. Hey, the BOLO tie. There you go, Peyton. The BOLO tie, Peyton, you'll appreciate was just a straight Mike McCoy. I was just trying to buck the system. We, North Turner, we had to dress nice on the road, but he wasn't real hard on. Hey, slacks and a collared shirt, you're good on the road. But McCoy got there. He said coat and tie, no exceptions. And Charlie Whitehurst and I got in the quarterback room, and he said, "Hey, you ought to go a BOLO tie." He didn't say what kind of tie, so that's where that originated, and then it kind of took off from there. So my wife hates the BOLO. My wife hates the BOLO tie. I even teased her about I should go BOLO tonight. She said, "You're crazy."
You should have. We could have been matching. That would have been awesome.
I'm telling you. I think that's the exact one I wore. I wore that one, Eli. You get those at a boot barn.
I saw it. I watched some film of some of your press conferences and saw saw the little turquoise. And I thought that's nice. That's a good looking one. I had to steal it. I think we're off talking analysis on third downs and defensive rush now. I think we're all just straight entertainment now. So I think there's also, while we were both playing, competing, you always had way cooler facial expressions than I had. I kind of had like the lost, dumb expression. You had like all these different ones. Like, what are some of these?
Yeah, I don't know. Those look worse when they're paused like that, than when you're in action. That's for sure. Yeah, animation was never. Oh, you look at yours. You got some too.
Those are. What is that third one? That third one looks like O'Hara might have done something in the huddle.
The smell? That's a smell. Yeah.
Hey, Philip, you and Eli have certainly been linked together since the 2004 draft. You ever think about what life would have been like if you had ended up in New York?
I tell you what, I don't think long about it, but I do think about that and how we're always linked. Eli, it's crazy. Worked out for both of us for sure, but I think back to that draft day all the time. I was at my parents' house in Raleigh and got drafted by the Giants, and I didn't get a phone call. Usually you get that phone call. I was doing an interview with Susie Colbert and had never gotten a call, and I was like, this can't be right. And we had some neighbors of ours that were honking horns, huge Giants fans. I think I signed the Lawrence Taylor jersey. It was 30 minutes as a Giant. I wonder where that jersey is. I think it's my only autograph as a New York Giant. But, yeah, what a crazy day. But I would say we both agree it worked out just fine.
No doubt. It was a crazy day for sure, though. But like you said, both had long careers, and Ben Roethlisberger also in that draft. I think you're always proud of your draft.
That's what I'm talking about! Heck yeah! Don't dance with him, run him over. Or y'all quit arguing before I whip all of you. We'll stop him twice, dadgummit! Yeah! Yes!
Like the helmet switch there, Philip. I saw your high school helmet, right? Did I see NC State, Chargers, and now the Colts in the background? That's smooth.
Yeah, we'll switch up.
Hey Phil, the first time we hung out and got to that we met was actually back in 2003 at the Manning Passing Academy. We're both seniors in college, and we were both there. I remember after one of the practices, I went up to you and said, "Hey, we got a couple of counselors. We're going out to get a burger and a beer. You want to come with us?" Your response was, "No, I'm going to go call the wife and kid." And it just blew my mind that, you're allowed to be married and have a kid in college. And I mean, my mom still had me on a curfew that night to be home by 11:30. I mean, did you know that you were just more mature than us at that time?
Yes.
No, hey, I remember that day and that workout Peyton took us through out there that afternoon. But it was fun getting to be with all you guys and then track you from there. But no, yeah, married after my freshman year, and shoot, Hallie, our oldest, who was with mom, my wife Tiffany at the time, was back home, and she's 19 years old, a sophomore in college. So time does fly, that's for sure.
Number 95, after distance penalty.
Philip, what's it like getting 9 kids dressed every morning back when they were all there going to school?
Yeah, it can be. There's never there's the bunch right there. It's action packed, is for sure, and obviously having older daughters now and sons that are growing up, they can handle themselves in the morning, but it's a lot of fun. I tell you what, I tell people is we're never short a wiffle ball game. We don't need to go get neighbor. We're good. Let's go. The wiffle ball game is ready at any moment. So always a lot going on, but they're the best.
Oh, he threw that ball too quick on that wide receiver screen. Right, you gotta give that receiver a chance to take just 2 steps before he comes in. Do it too quick, never had a chance to develop. Maybe they should put Odell in down here to maybe help him with the red zone problem.
I always thought the red zone, would you two guys agree, Peyton, Eli, that when people ask me the biggest difference in the NFL, speed of the game and all this stuff, the red zone to me was where it was. Way more than college, was just the attention to detail and how fast everything happened and the totally new playbook. It was just, I always, week to week, I mean, even years and years, a decade in, I always thought the red zone, gosh, if it didn't feel good on Friday and, Thursday you did a little bit and Friday, it was like, man, it was just a different deal down there. I thought that was, to me, to this day, was the biggest jump from playing college quarterback to really, taking that next step.
Yeah, you got to have some good red zone plays. You got to have some guys that can win, like Antonio Gates or Marvin Harrison or Plaxico, can go up and make plays and kind of bail you out. It's just tight windows down there. There you saw the Rams. There you saw the 49ers drop 8 guys into coverage, and the Niners still get home with a sack. So I agree. Tight windows. Last thing you want to do is turn it over. You mentioned earlier, Philip, running the ball in the red zone sure solves a lot of problems. Those are your best red zone plays.
That penalty's declined.
Yeah, when you have to throw it, they know you're going to throw it. I mean, if you get this pass rush, the ball's got to come out quick. And there's not, it just takes a while for things to open up, and then you get Bosa running after you. It's a tough situation right here.
Hey, Philip, when word got out you were going to be on the show, a friend sent me a picture of a collage that you made when you were 10 years old. It's really pretty amazing. A lot of your dreams came true in this. You talked about, wanting to play football was certainly a goal, but there was one thing that you said you did not like. I think we have a picture in here. I just want to know, tell me how it worked out with Mayo. Did you end up liking it?
Oh yeah, I'm a fan. Yeah, I came around on Mayo. Definitely got to be a part of a sandwich. You got to have a little mustard mayo on there. How about that? I think that was Chris Carter I took the head off of on that Sports Illustrated cover right there.
Nice. Very nice. You can thank your friend Sam Farmer for sending that to the MegaCast. So.
Yeah. All good. All good.
Hey, Philip, I got to ask you, you talk about gutsy performances. I don't think it gets any gutsier than your performance in the AFC Championship in the 2007 playoffs. Played on that torn ACL. Do you ever look back at that game and wonder how you did it?
Yeah, that was a crazy week. Not to bring it up, but beating you guys in Indy there, Billy Golick coming in there, and then us winning that game. I just remember it being a real emotional week. It was an emotional week just because I thought, man, we're here. We're in the chance to go to the Super Bowl, and I'm not going to be able to play, but it was a very emotional, physical, spiritual week for me. It really ended up, that game, that AFC Championship game was on St. Sebastian's Feast Day. And I know that doesn't mean a lot to everyone, but he's the patron saint for athletes. And it was his feast day on that 20th in January there in New England. And then physically rehabbing all week, kind of had the meniscus cleaned out on Monday and ACL moved out, and it was crazy. And Tuesday on crutches, Wednesday limping around, and by Friday I was practicing, and I can tell you, I played that game on Sunday. It buckled on me a few times, but I played that game pain-free. Without any help. So it was a combination of a lot of things, but it was a special week. Obviously didn't win the game, got beat 21-12, kicked 4 field goals. We could not get in the end zone. Junior Seau ran through on power a few times down in there, and we couldn't get in there. But a special week for sure. That whole week it was a combination of a lot of things, but just came up just short. Or we'd have had a chance to play you, Eli, in the Super Bowl that year. I had it all. It was all mapped out. It was set up to be perfect, but you ended up throwing the sluggo to Plaxico to end it.
Plaxico, that's right. They went blitz zero. Had the perfect call on. Speaking of sluggo, what kind of offense you running in high school, Philip?
I was going to say, not to take a shot, but it was good to know that you had the blitz zero answer to throw a sluggo instead of last Thursday night when Miami blitz zero Baltimore 30-something times, and it didn't seem like they were going to do anything with it. But we're running. Peyton, you'll appreciate it. We're pretty much running the combination of Colts Chargers offense, and some of it of what you ran, Peyton, in Indy with Frank, and
like it.
Frank being there last year. Obviously, you scale it down some, not because they don't understand it, just because you don't need the volume, of the inventory. But a lot of the same stuff. It's pretty fun. I send little clips to, Nick Sirianni, Shane Steichen, send them to Frank. Things we did there. Obviously, some stuff that carries over with North Turner, all the deep overs and some of the shot stuff. But it's been a lot of fun.
This is the 2-minute warning.
That's fun. Hey, Philip, stay with us. I want to talk a little throwing motion for your high school quarterback. I want to know if you've been teaching him anything when we get back.
All right, a lot of helmets changing going over here. We got the high school, got the Chargers, got the Colts. Very good.
Wolfpack? No Wolfpack?
Yeah, no Giants? Where's the Giants? You should have been Giants first for like that 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
That's 30 minutes. The Wolfpack is still in storage. I'm still getting situated down here, but the Colts and Chargers helmets were still fresh.
118!
All right, Philip. I want to see this. I want to see your high school quarterback throw here. He looks awfully similar to a guy that played for the Chargers for a long time and the Colts. Are you calling it 3-quarter? Are you calling it sidearm? What are you going with?
Hey, you know as good as I, Peyton. That's the little old quick screen out to the right that you checked when that nickel's coming. And you just got to get it out. You got to get it out any way you can. But he's got a little baseball. He plays a little baseball, and so shoot, just turn 2, just turn it over one time.
I love it. Get it out of your hand.
It's funny though because the throwing motion.
Receiver screens.
Oh yeah, yeah. Dink it and dunk it. As you know, it's a long handoff. As Cam Cameron told me once, it's a long handoff. Some of those passes. they're really running plays, just guaranteed completions. But yeah, you mentioned the throwing motion thing. I think it kind of got better as it went. And actually, there's some times that I looked like a normal quarterback throwing it, but I actually think it ended up being an asset to me because I could kind of change, like in mid delivery. It was I got to drop it. Oh, I got to around guys as many little check downs and things that you have to throw, and you guys both did it too. But I guess I was just already a little more unorthodox. But you guys would tweak it when you needed to. I felt like it was always a little bit of an advantage when you can tweak it upon the circumstances, especially with all these big, fast guys rushing all over the place.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Those little check downs by the running back, right? It's nice to change your arm angle. Throw it, like you said, around the guy. Nobody did it better than you. Eli, that's a big win tonight for the 49ers. It's their first win at home, division game. They can stay alive in the West. Rams got to figure some things out here on offense, right? Try to get more rhythm. But if the Niners can run the ball like this, it sets up a lot of things for them, especially their defense, right? It keeps the offense off the field. Their defense can play a lot better. Watch out for these Niners in the second half of the season, Philip.
Yeah, that was kind of their
impressive.
formula, on that Super Bowl run, and that's what they were. Run it, and all those little boots and pull-ups and throwing it and slicing tight ends and playing defense.
Play good defense.
Shorten that game a little bit.
Philip, have you put in that play where the quarterback throws, like the receiver goes in motion in front and he just tosses to the receiver and it's like a pass? It's like the quarterback gets credit for that run?
Absolutely. Eli, it's not like a pass. It's a pass. Shoot, those are passing touchdowns and those are receiving yards. So when we first put in those jet sweeps, we said, are we going to hand it or pitch it? I said, we're pitching it for sure. Passing yards.
Pitch it.
Hey, Philip,
Thanks so much.
thank you, buddy. We appreciate it so much.
Coming on.
It was good seeing both of you. We'll see you. Take care.
All right, pal. Eli.
All right, Pete.
Giants, Bucks next
Giants,
week.
Bucks. Let's go.
So long from Santa Clara. Here's Scott Van Pelt.